beautiful noodles. Today I am coming at you with another Sims 4 build. Today just doing a room instead of a full house, and what I'm going to be doing is a kid's room with a secret passage to kind of a cozy hangout spot that only they can access. So this is all play tested and the kid is able to get to the secret room, however the adults are not, because no adults are allowed. I got this idea by watching a bunch of TikToks and just seeing a bunch of ideas on the internet of people in real life who have secret rooms in their kids' bedrooms, whether that be just a little secret fort area underneath like their loft beds or being a full-on secret room. And I thought that was so cool. I would have loved to have that as a kid, just a place to get away, read some books, and escape the world for a while. So I decided to make that in The Sims. I will go ahead and make the disclaimer now that there is quite a bit of custom content in this build. I will have it all linked in the description, but I just wanted to put that out there because this is on the gallery, but if you download it, there could potentially be lots of items missing. Also, another disclaimer, I filmed this before the pastel pop kit was out, and you will notice that a lot of the custom content that I'm using is stuff that I probably could have used the pastel pop kit for, because it is really the same kind of vibe. It's that Danish pastel, basic enfant vibe that the pastel pop kit gives, but it just wasn't available at the time. I was actually going to upload this video last week, but with the pastel pop kit coming out, I wanted to use that and really show it off. So as you can see right now, we have the loft bed with the archway underneath that is serving as our secret passage. And I'm just going to create the bedroom to have basically just the basics. I have a desk and chair where they can work, dresser, and then I put a little seating area as well. And then the fun stuff is really in the secret room. I tried to make it a very cozy, fun space. Really tried to make it like my dream space for gaming and also for all of my collectible stuff. So that is the kind of vibe that we're going for. I don't often create just rooms in The Sims, and I actually had a lot of fun doing this, so I might do that more often because it is very fun to just have a room and try to stage things very nicely, kind of like a furniture display in a furniture store. It was really fun to do this. And it also helped a lot with me not getting super bored like I do when I build big houses in The Sims, because it usually takes me several hours to fully build and furnish a whole house. And by the time I get through like 2 or 3 rooms, I'm done with it, but I feel like I need to finish it in one sitting. So I end up just kind of throwing stuff in there and not really taking the time to make it look good. So now we're going to start working on the secret room, and I absolutely love these shelves. They are custom content, and I absolutely love them for putting like just lots of books and knickknacks on. I wanted to make this space kind of like half library, half hangout space. So I did try to include lots of books and stuff like that, but also use these shelves for collectibles, because that's a big thing that I do, is I collect a lot of things and have tons of shelves of knickknacks. So I wanted to kind of put that in there to be a nod to my own personality. And this space is just meant to be like a child had full creative control over this room. So I'm not worrying about patterns or colors matching. I'm just trying to make it look fun. And like if a kid was like, I like that thing, I'm going to put it in my room. I like that thing, I'm going to put it in my room. Like just picking out stuff that they liked rather than what necessarily matches a style or matches the other things in the room. And this right here is going to be the gaming side of the room, or movie watching or TV, whatever. But I just wanted this space to be like the cool space that everybody wants to come to this kid's house and sleep over, because they've got such a cool area where they can get away from parents and play their games or do whatever they want uninterrupted. So I tried to make it look very cool and cozy. and also put in a gaming console and the TV, of course. And I'm just going to add in some hobby things as well. I've talked about it before, but I would love to have a space dedicated to only crafting. So I thought this could be a combined space for all of my interests that I am projecting onto this kids' room. This custom content shelf is one of my favorite furniture pieces that I have in the game, and that can kind of show you how I was talking about earlier, that a lot of the custom content I use is in the style of the pastel pop kit. I think that shelf would fit right in with that kit. The couch as well, I think, also fits that vibe. So if you wanted to download this room and keep kind of the same vibes with it, I think the couch from Pastel Pop or the tiled console table in the Pastel Pop kit would fit in those spaces perfectly and still match the original vibe of this room. And that's basically all of the furniture layout I'm going to do, and it's really just decorating now, which is the fun part in builds like this because I love just throwing everything I have into these rooms and not having to care if it matches or not. So I'm going to add in lots of pictures on the wall, lots of artwork. I'm also going to add in a bunch of posters because I was a poster child, no pun intended. As a kid, I loved posters of all my favorite people. My walls were literally wallpapered in One Direction posters. So that is very fitting for a childhood room to me. Let me know if you were also a child who had posters on your wall from floor to ceiling, because I am very curious if that was just me and my hyperfixations or if that was actually a common thing. I know it wasn't just me because I've seen pictures on the internet of other people with posters all over their walls, but I'm wondering how common it was. And if you did have posters all over your walls, who was it? Because it was primarily One Direction, but also like Taylor Swift and 5 Seconds of Summer. So I'm very curious what other people did with their childhood rooms. Also, if you are a child or teenager or know a child or teenager now, do they still put posters all over their walls? Because my primary source of posters when I was little was from magazines that I usually got in the mail, and I feel like people don't really get teen magazines in the mail anymore or buy them at the store very often. So I'm curious how they would come about getting their posters. Like, I bought a few from Walmart, but the vast majority of them came from magazines. I obviously had to add in the twinkle lights to this room because, as you all know, I will put twinkle lights in any build that I possibly can, and this one was just begging for it. And now I'm going to start working on these shelves. I actually took these out of the build to try to fill them up as much as I possibly could with books and other knickknacks. I did cut a lot of this out in editing because it was kind of repetitive, just filling these shelves over and over with lots of different things. But you will see that I used pretty much every book swatch that I possibly could because I really wanted to make this feel like a big library with lots and lots of stories to get lost into. And then aside from books, I also fill it up with lots of little trinkets and plants and stuff like that. It was a little bit difficult to try to fill these shelves just because of the way things slot in this game. There's not a whole lot of small items that can slot into these shelves, but I managed to fill it up pretty good. And then this shelf is the Squishmallows shelf. It is filled to the brim with Squishmallows because I have an obscene number of Squishmallows. I don't even want to tell you how many it is because it's slightly embarrassing, but I really wanted to honor that in this build and give a whole dedicated shelf to Squishmallows. I do have quite a bit of custom content on these shelves as well because those things are usually smaller and easier to slot onto shelves like this than some of the things in the game. So obviously all of these Squishmallows are custom content as well as the Pokeballs. There are some small jars and books and baskets, things like that. And then I'm just going to add in a bunch of small plants to try to make it look brighter and more lively. But these shelves are pretty much full now and almost ready to be moved back into the room. So far on my channel, all of my videos have been Sims related, which I love the Sims. I love making Sims content, so that doesn't bother me necessarily. But part of the reason for that is that I don't yet have a face cam, and I feel like Sims builds and cast videos are the easiest to record and put a voiceover to. However, I am looking to get a face cam soon, hopefully by Christmas, and then once I have that, I will feel better about making like Sims gameplay videos or other games. I really want to do a Stardew Valley Let's Play with you all, as well as potentially playing some horror games. I recently got Outlast and Five Nights at Freddy's on sale, and I've been waiting to play them until I can play them on the channel with a face cam. But if there are any other games or specific things in The Sims that you would like to see, please let me know. Also, please let me know if you prefer Sims videos to be like speed builds with a voiceover, or if you would rather me do like the audio live with the gameplay, because I am certainly open to that. Basically, just let me know anything that you want to see. I am more than happy to do it. I really want this channel to be like a collaboration with you all, so if there's something specific you all want to see, I of course want to do that for you. Also, if you are more interested in short form content, you can check out my TikTok. It's nikkinoodlegames. Pretty much everything over there is independent content that is not on YouTube. So if you're looking for something different, you can check that out. It's mostly Sims cast videos right now, but there's some build stuff in there too. And you can also follow me on Twitter if you are interested. It is at nikkinoodlegames. N-I-K Noodle Gaming. I don't tweet very often, but I do follow lots of wholesome gaming accounts that try to stay updated, and I'm trying to tweet more. So if you want to be more social or give me suggestions one-on-one, that is a good place to do it, because I have no followers and a very slow feed, so I will most likely see it. That is pretty much it for this build. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. You all have no idea how meaningful even just 5 views is to me, so thank you all so much. If you like this video, please consider liking it, and if you want to see more cozy, wholesome games, consider subscribing and joining my little community of noodles. If you enjoy Sims 4 builds, I will have the playlist to those linked at the end of this video. I also have a playlist for cast videos if that is more your speed. I hope you all have a lovely week ahead of you, and I will see you next time. Bye guys!